with Cosplay Fabrics. My name is Indra, and today I want to show you how you can create super detailed cuts on EVA foam using a Cricut. The Cricut has become a super popular tool for cosplay, so I wanted to teach you how you can use your Cricut to create these super detailed cuts. I've made a video previously that showed you that if you create cuts on EVA foam and then use a heat gun over it, that you can create these really cool sort of like lines and effects on top of the EVA foam. So I wanted to choose something that was very detailed, that way you can see how well the details capture. And if you're looking to do something that maybe would be kind of difficult to just do by hand, this is of course a super easy way to do so. But I will jump ahead a little bit and assume that you have just like general knowledge of how to use the Cricut machine, as far as what types of files, how to make them, all that stuff. Also how you are supposed to place them or anything. For this, I'm going to be using the 2mm foam from the Yayahan collection, which you can find at Joann stores or also through their website at joann.com. I love this foam. I think that it handles details so well, and after experimenting a ton, I think that the best was to use the 2mm foam and then just add it on top of 5mm foam. So if you're looking to do sort of like a very detailed armor or anything that might have like a extra details or anything like that, or if you're, for example, let's say you're making a breastplate or a bracer or something like that, it's much easier to work with something that's a little bit thicker. So I do recommend to first do your cut or print on the Cricut machine, and then treat whatever piece you're going to be using, and then just gluing it onto the thicker foam. Just for reference, I have my Cricut machine is a Cricut Explore Air 2. I am using what I think is the best sort of setting to use the EVA foam, to cut the EVA foam, but I understand that maybe there might be some slight changes from machine to machine, so be sure to play around with it and have a little like test piece or something on how the cuts capture on the EVA foam. So let's get to it. For your settings, you want to use no higher than the vinyl setting. I find that this setting gets the most details without cutting all the way through. If you feel like that's happening to you, then you want to turn it down a little bit lower, but I find that this is the best one for the most detailed. So this is what it should look like, and as you can see, it has a lot of curves and points. I really wanted to show you how this works, and it didn't come through to the other side, it didn't cut all the way through. So next step is going to be using a heat gun to make those details really pop. And here is what it looks like after using the heat gun. I know in a previous video I showed you guys how if you create any sort of markings on top of foam and then using a heat gun, how all these details can pop up. But check this out. I'm actually so excited about this result. Look how beautiful this looks. This is perfect for super detailed stuff, or if you have to have like any sort of repeat pattern or anything, and it just really makes that super stand out. I hope that you liked this tutorial. I absolutely love this effect. I think that it is so useful, especially when trying to make cuts that are symmetrical or that are sort of like repetitive or very fine or very thin details. Of course, there are so many resources online if you're not sure how to draw them yourself. But if this is something that you felt that was useful and might be some ideas for your future cosplays. I hope that that's the case. But if you'd like for me to show you any more things about how to use like the Cricut towards like cosplay stuff, please let me know in the comment section below. I hope that you like and subscribe, and I will see you soon for another tip, trick, or tutorial featuring cosplay fabrics. Thank you so much for watching, and be safe. Bye.